Strikeforce. Let's start with you, Bobby. You wrestled in college, all right? Yes. And you went on to do the WWE thing, and now here you are on Strikeforce. What's the path been like for you?
It's been pretty nice. I think all of my paths kind of like blended into each other.
Right.
I went from one to the next, and they're all kind of in the same kind of frame a little bit. You know, amateur wrestling to pro wrestling to fighting. They're all kind of in the same ballpark.
You know, it's funny because, you know, the first time I saw MMA, I thought, well, you got to be good on the floor, right? They always talk about that. And I thought, you know, being a wrestler has got to be a huge advantage if you wrestled in college or have that kind of experience as a whole.
Yeah, I think so. But I think it just all goes to play where you got to take what you're good at and just press it on the person that you're with. If you're a great boxer, you got to keep somebody standing with you. If you're a great wrestler, I mean, you can do whatever you want.
What do you think of that, King Mo?
I agree with him. And I think that's true, and I think it depends on your style too, because certain styles transfer better to MMA, of wrestling, or even boxing.
Right.
Certain styles of the combat sport transfer over better. So he makes some. Yeah, what he's saying is true.
More so for Bobby, but all you guys I know probably have a take on this. Is the WWE relationship and history? You know, you heard Lesnar talking about it after the other fight. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for. Is it a mixed blessing? Because on the one hand, it gets you where you are now a little quicker in terms of public perception, but on the other, people have this WWE is not, you know, what it real, all that other stuff.
Yeah, of course. I like professional wrestling. I never badmouth professional wrestling. You know, it made Bobby Lashley Bobby Lashley.
Right.
So I'm never going to turn my back on it and say that it did anything harmful. And I think I picked up a lot of great things from professional wrestling. I picked up a fan base one, and then I picked up being able to perform in front of crowds and be easy in front of crowds. And then it kind of eases my career a little bit now because I can get fights and be able to support my family a little bit better.
And King Mo, you wrestled at Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah, Cowboy.
Big 12 champion.
Oh, they're
King
huge
Mo
tradition
Lawal.
there.
Yeah, and so we were talking about T. Boone Pickens earlier, putting a lot of pressure on Mike Gundy this year.
Well, Garth Brooks is a big Oklahoma State wrestling guy. Did you ever hang out with him some?
No.
Doesn't he donate? I think he donates money every year to the wrestling program.
I really don't know. You know, I need to talk like John Smith about that, my coach.
They're a power, though, Oklahoma State in collegiate wrestling.
Yeah, we always good.
All right, now, KJ, so here you Clements High School. How'd you get into this deal?
Well, like I said, my dad was a fighter, and I started fighting as a kid, you know, boxing, kickboxing, karate. And, you know, the sport got so big after high school, just evolved and got into it. It was an easy transition.
All right, so who are you guys going to fight August 21st? Are all the matchups set yet?
Mine's not. I'm gonna fight some heavyweight.
That's going to be announced today. Is that correct? Yes, that's going to be announced today.
Oh, my fight's gonna be announced today?
The full fight card will be announced this afternoon, so stay tuned. It says, yeah. If you want to say it now, you can say it now.
I don't know, so I can't say it. So
Really?
I'll find out the same time you guys find out.
Wow.
You should have said it don't matter.
Don't bad. It's gonna be a heavyweight. I know that much.
With the extra losses, right?
How hurt have you been in the ring? I mean, like, what's the worst pain or injury that you've suffered, Bobby? Not much. Undefeated.
I was going to say he hasn't lost, Mark.
I think I get banged up a little bit more in practice. I think with
practice.
In practice. I think most fighters can say the same thing because when you fight, it's 15 minutes unless you're the champ. I mean, he fought 5 rounds, so he fought 25 minutes. But I mean, 15 minutes isn't that big compared to when you go in practice room when you have to spar for an hour straight when you have a different partner. I think I get banged up more in practice than I do in the actual fight.
And King Mo, I know you know. Jay Glazer, a lot of guys are training football players, professional football players here locally. Brian Cushing is doing a lot of MMA training and such. Could you see where that would benefit the pro football players?
Yeah, I think as far as endurance, but other than that, I think to be honest, I think a lot of people want to train MMA just because it's a thing to do, and you learn how to do something else other than just probably bored with football a little bit.
Off season, something different. Yeah, cross training.
Cross training. That's what it is more than anything because. A lot of stuff you learn, unless you want to choke somebody out on the field, a lot of stuff you learn in MMA.
Jared Allen might. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's funny because you got to watch a lot of video of your opponent, know their tendencies and everything. So you go in with a plan, like, I want to hurt him this way. Discuss the strategy involved. And do you have coaching that helps you out to get those things done?
Yeah, it's a professional sport, so you have to watch your opponent. You know, see what his strengths are and see what his weaknesses are, and then coaches, we all got coaches. Some people have more than others. I got a jiu-jitsu coach. I actually got a few jiu-jitsu coaches. I got a boxing coach, a kickboxing coach, and a head coach, and a strength coach. So, I have a nice team around me, and some people got less.
What about you, Bobby?
Yeah, it's you got to have a team around you to be successful in this business, because MMA is not just a fight. Everybody looks at it as just a fight, but it's more of a chess match. You gotta have a whole team. You gotta have somebody that, like you said, you have coaches in different aspects of the sport, and then you have managers, you have agents, you have all kinds of different things. So we're just there. We just kind of follow the program, and the best athlete is going to be able to follow the program a little bit better and be more successful.
I gotta be honest. Do you literally not have any ideas or a list of fighters that you're considering to fight? Because it's August 21st at Toyota Center. I guess that's enough time to train once you find out who you're fighting. But it seems like it's a little weird that you don't even know yet.
Yeah, I think with fighting, man, fighting's kind of like somebody said before, it's a lifestyle, man. So we do it all year round. Yeah. So when they tell you you're ready to fight, then you just keep training. Once they tell you your opponent, you kind of hone in a little bit more. Yeah. I'm a little newer to the game, so I'm not going to be. I don't have a title shot, so I know that if I had a title shot, of course I'd like to know a little bit earlier. But I found out myself that I was fighting Thursday. So, and there's no problem with that. I mean, I actually asked to fight. I had an injury before for the last contest, and I got cleared from that injury, so I asked. I said, I want to be on this card. They allowed me to be on the card, so now it was kind of a hustle game for them to try to find me an opponent. So I guess if they find out today, I'll find out today also, and then we'll kind of look at that opponent, study him a little bit more, and get ready for it.
All right, we got the guys from Strikeforce in here, Bobby Lashley, KJ Noons, King Mo, Lawal, and I want you guys each to say, because there are a lot of people listening right now saying, look, I've never seen it before, I've seen a little bit on television, whatever, it's a rare appearance of this, elite group in Houston. What is the real carrot here? People who say, look, it just looks like street fighting to me. Why should I go? Give me a reason, KJ.
I think you should go because MMA pertains to a lot of different, has a lot of variety. You got wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. So I think it has a little bit for everything. I think you're going to see a lot of action, non-stop pace fighting. So I think it's going to be one of the best events probably in Houston the whole year.
What do you think, King?
I agree with what he said. I think that with those guys, I think that's just a bar fight. You can't train to do a bar fight. You know what I'm saying? So with MMA, we train, and it's a lifestyle. We're dedicated to our sport. It's a professional sport. Pro sports, you have to be well trained. You have to be professional, and it's not no bar fight.
Bobby,
MMA is the fastest growing sport right now, and we all know that. So I mean, if you don't at least take your time to see why it's the fastest growing sport, it's kind of pulling your ignorance on that part. I mean, come out and see what's going on. There's a lot of great fighters. I think the fight down here is going to be a great fight. So, I mean, if you come out there and take a look at the fight, then you'll kind of realize why it's the fastest growing sport.
All right, full fight card is going to be announced this afternoon. Like Mr. Lopez said, it's going to be Friday as far as when tickets go on sale. Friday, 10 a.m. You log on to ToyotaCenterTix.com. That's ToyotaCenterTix.com, or call 866-4-HOUSTON-TIX. That's HOU TIX. But ToyotaCenterTix.com, I mean, you're going to be able to log on there and get all sorts of information. And also select Randall's locations. They have that little kiosk there where you can get tickets. Guys, thanks so much for being with us, and best of luck August 21st. What do you say, break?